Welcome to the launch of maybe the most inspiring environmental protection project I have ever heard of. And I'm happy to say that we will talk to people from all over the world here today. We will have voices from the United States of America, from the UK, from Germany, France, and I hope so, Africa as well.
The Legacy Landscape Fund has the right partners and the right approach. At the end of the day, no organization can ride on its own. Businesses, governments, non-profits, indigenous and local communities, we need everyone to work together to protect nature and meet the needs of the people on the ground. The LLF does all of this while providing support for important places for the long term.
Over the long run, well-managed protected areas that closely involve local people are the best method to preserve biodiversity. And the order green nature protection and climate protection must be at the top of the global agenda. Healthy people can only exist on a healthy planet.
It's a new dimension of protection because for the first time we are working in a broad partnership, not only when it comes to funders of the funds, we're working with private sector donors, with philanthropists and with public sector donors jointly. But we are also working in a broad partnership when it comes to beneficiaries. We are working with experienced international NGOs that have long-term and trusted relationships with the park administrations and with the local populations around the parks.
Protected areas have no half-life. They are designed to last forever. They are our legacy and future investments. It is therefore critical to make protected areas safe from funding cuts so that they can exist in perpetuity.
And we need to acknowledge that this is not a business or government issue or a developed or developing nations issue. It's an issue that impacts all of humanity and is therefore up to all of humanity to address.
Through the UNESCO World Heritage Convention, 194 countries took a solemn commitment to protect our common heritage of humankind and to ensure its transmission to future generations.
One of the major challenges which we have in conservation is being able to secure long-term funding. And having long-term funding allows us to keep our boots on the ground and also to be able to implement modern technology and modern systems in our work. Having the boots on the ground, which is a traditional method, and also being able to implement modern systems and adding my role to the work helps us not only to be effective, but makes us more efficient in our conservation work.
75% of our staff right now come from the local communities surrounding Bonarejo National Park, and that has been a positive for us because we are able to take care of our families and also support our communities and also better our future.
Conservation has changed my life because I was just in the community doing nothing, but conservation has given me an opportunity to start working, and the most important I can say, it provides jobs to the local people.
Nuestra participación en la gestión del área a través de la planificación, monitoreo, acciones conjuntas para responder a amenazas junto a los guardaparques y también a través de la promoción de modelos de desarrollo que mantienen los ecosistemas naturales como el ecoturismo es esencial para mantener la integridad del paisaje madidi. Por eso es importante que los fondos de permanencia, como el de paisajes, de patrimonio, consideren acciones de apoyo a los pueblos indígenas.
For far too long, the biodiversity crisis has been seen as separate from climate change. But the loss of nature and the diversity of life on this planet in extraordinary amounts is a part of the climate crisis. Nature-based solutions are an essential part of how countries around the world need to address the climate crisis. Much like the climate crisis, you can't tackle the biodiversity crisis alone. To be successful, we need close multilateral cooperation to combat climate change and to stop biodiversity decline.
climate change and degradation of our natural environment or biodiversity loss have many issues in common. These are crises which share the same origin, but also similar solutions. Science has clearly indicated that these crises must be addressed in one interconnected problem with linked solutions.
Protecting biodiversity is an international, a global task, and no country and no organization can fulfill these challenges alone.
We need to protect these places because these landscapes are the lungs of the world.